Shalom to the elect, giving all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Al Shai by Hashem Chakodash, and giving double honor to the elder apostles and elder bishops, the great millstone, who well, peace and salutation to the elect, Shemal Mafins of Apple for the great millstone, Plain Tables Camp in Philadelphia. Come on another wee lesson. Fair use warning, I'll only this footage. This is for educational purposes only, okay, and for the truth's sake only. Alright, so, you have it where I'm just going to make a point. And the point is, America is full of robbery, thieves, con artists, and a lot of deception, okay? And that comes from not only the Edomites themselves, which claim to be white. They give themselves a false social construct of who they are, claim to be pure, and are not. But also you have Israelites that come in all tribes. They come out of different identities, claiming different identities, and claiming, different knowledge and such too. And even will, of course, claim this knowledge and be not true. Okay? And it's nothing new under the sun. Okay? So I'm just going to, get a couple scriptures on that real quick. See real quick. Things to be righteous men and Bible. It's a scripture that I particularly want. And everything really just go down to integrity and such. Alright, this is real quick. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and 14. It says, and you could go even a bit above. It says, 2 Corinthians 11 and 13. It says, for such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transferring themselves into apostles of Mashiach. All right, you have a lot of guys. We had it as of recent. You have a guy by the name of he was going under Chief Priest Alazar. This guerrilla Hebrew guy right here. He was he claimed to be anointed and stuff, and then you end up finding out this guy is into a lot of things that are against the law, despite the fact saying and claiming to follow the laws, the statute, commandments, and such. All right, and now he doesn't claim anything about being with the Hebrew Israelites and such. So it's just basically an act. All right. You have a lot of hypocrites that's out there, all right, and you have to beware. You brothers that's out there, sincere Aquas, wherever you are, you have to, be very, very, very careful of whom you follow, okay? Here at Great Millstone, we follow the apostles and elder bishops, apostle elders, elder bishops, Great Millstone, the brothers that are, certified under the leadership of the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, okay? You have different affiliate camps, okay, but the leadership come from the head down, all right, which ultimately the leadership is chosen by Yahweh Shai, all right, and we dealing with the righteous leadership. You got wicked leadership out there too, things are double one against another, okay, and you have it, there's a false balance of abomination of the Lord, so you have it, the Lord is deceiving, the deceiver his, so you got to watch out. There are ones that have been falsely sent out, all right, and they're deceitful workers, okay. So it says here, for such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transferring themselves into apostles of Mashiach, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. And remember, you reap what you sow, you're gonna reap. All right, and many people are in these days receiving the harvest of what their wickedness that they planted. Okay, and that's just that, man. Everybody got a track record. Okay, simple as that. So, and you have it. Another thing is, I think in Jude. This is Jude chapter 1 and verse 3. It says, Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that ye should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints. For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation. So the Lord actually set the order. Okay, he wrote it aforetime. Okay, designated beforehand, old set forth. All right, from the Greek word which is prographo or prographo. Let's see.
Strong's G 4270. Prographo. Prographo.
Okay, which is prescribed. The Lord wrote this. Okay, to this condemnation. Yeah, to come and to creep unawares, spy out the liberty of the saints, even though they're wicked. All right, turning the grace. It says, fuck it, let me read it again. For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men, turning the grace of our power into lasciviousness and denying the only Lord power, Yahweh, and our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, the Son. Lasciviousness. When you go into the definition for lasciviousness, you go to the Greek, you have S-L-Gia, all right? S-L-Gia.
Strong's G 766. As-Elgaya.
All right?
As-Elgaya.
Elgaya, pardon me. It goes into unbridled lust, okay? Some people, like I said, they just want everything, all right? They want everything you got covered, you know, and more, okay? And they won't stop after they got everything you got, all right? Let me see if I can find this word. It's this word called feigned. Feigned themselves. Feigned. This is Luke 20 and 20. So Luke 20 and 20, which it reads, it says, I believe this goes back to the time. Let me see about this go. Let me see 1 second. 20 and 20. And the chief, this is 19 I start. And the chief priests and the scribes the same hour sought to lay hands on him, if they feared the people, for they perceived that he had spoken this parable against them. And they watched him and sent forth spies, which should feign themselves just men, that they might take hold of his words, so they might deliver him unto the power and authority of the governor. Okay, and you have wicked Jake that have come amongst this knowledge, come amongst the body of the circumcision and such, know that they're Israelites and such, and they will, hey, they'll have testimony, and such. They're gonna use and collect evidence and such too, but feigned, all right, which is to pretend. Okay, go back to the Greek hoop ok Rio Ahi. See that.
Strong's G 5271. Hupakrinamai. Hupakrinamai.
Which it means to impersonate anyone, play a part. So you have false parts under here, man. You know, people play themselves to be just. Okay, yeah, man, I just go out there, you know, with a garment. Some of these guys put on the wrong garments. And, you know, they say shalom, and they might say different Hebrew salutes and such, and have a Bible in their hand, but they're wicked. Simple as that. All right. Just man, right? Yeah, here being approved or acceptable of the Most High. That's what they want to be. They want to be approved or acceptable to the Most High. All right? They want to seem as righteous, as observing the divine laws, but, you know, these people are hypocrites. But they're in the Greek.
Strong's G 1342. Dikaios.
Yeah.
Dikaios.
All right. So that's there. Okay. So you have hypocrites out there that comes in and outside of this truth. All right. Listen to this guy. Hold up. One second. Hold up. Let me see something. Let me see if I can find anything with this particular individual right here.
You feel me? But they gotta understand. I'm not coming in representing the Hebrew Israelite community anymore. Nah, I ain't doing that.
Look, this dude bugged out too.
I'm representing something. As far as my theological position, I'm coming in representing something different. You know, so y'all just stay tuned for that. When did I say I believed anything different? Did I ever say that?
This guy, like, come on, man.
No, I didn't. Y'all gotta listen. See, this is my problem with the Hebrew Israelites, though. I be talking, and y'all gonna be listening. So means I'm wasting a lot of my breath. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been talking. I've been saying a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff ain't lining up with who you actually are or what somebody claim to be. Okay? So, you know, you got to beware out there, and it takes spiritual discernment. You know, me personally, through the Spirit, I believe that the Lord gave me the ability to see through a lot of the darkness within these individuals, okay? To see, you know, ones that claim to be righteous and be fake. You know, hey, a lot of these individuals, I could see it, and I just wait for it to manifest itself to them to be basically exposed, because the Lord will bring out the things that's done in secret to the light, you know, and who you actually are. All right? But there's a lot of hypocrites out there. You know, a lot of actors out there. You know, so you know, we're gonna see a lot of that come out. It says here, this is Job chapter 34 and 30. It says, I can't read it. It says Job 34 and verse 21. It says, for his eyes are upon the ways of man, and he seeth all his goings. So the Lord sees all the goings, okay, of man. Simple as that. There is no darkness nor shadow of death where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves. Yeah. You know, we know all Esau's work is found out. They cannot, with all of their deceptive sleight of hand, witchcraft, enchantments, and, you know, seances. Hey, the Lord have them where he sees through the darkness. All right. For he will not lay upon man more than right, that he should enter into judgment with the Most High. He shall break in pieces mighty men without number, and set others in their stead. Yeah, so that's what the Lord do. Okay. A lot of people think that they're mighty within what they do. Hey, the Lord, hey, you put you up, and then you'll set somebody up in your stock. All right, therefore he knoweth their works, and he overturneth them in the night, so that they are destroyed. Okay, he striketh them as wicked men in the open sight of others, because they turn back from him and would not consider any of his ways. And there goes your reason. They turn back from the Lord. All right, so that they cause the cry of the poor to come unto him, and he heareth the cry of the afflicted. When he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him? Whether it be done against a nation or against a man only, that the hypocrite reign not, lest the people be ensnared. Okay? So you have to be ensnared. But if the Lord expose the program, you won't fall for the bait. Okay? Simple as that. And we have that eye salve. You know, so I'm gonna leave it at that, man. There's a lot of wickedness going on. You know, even in the health, which is the health and wellness, there's a lot going on. You know, I'm not even gonna speak on this whole situation with the whole African biomineral and this whole Dr. Sebi's son shop and things, and you know, and that whole end. But you know, the Lord brought out what he wanted to bring out, and that's just that. So shalom to the elect.